Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 AM. Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife and Resources Agency.
Hey, welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on AM 790 right here in Memphis, Tennessee, Odyssey Radio. Sheldon McCall is our show producer, and this is Ron Wong's time to sit in with us as a co-host. And, Ron, I know we got a lot of good information from Tom Benson about the weather and things along that line. And normally we would talk with this next gentleman about his fishing report. But I'm really he's become, maybe he retired as a guide back in August, but I don't think his journalistic career has retired.
And also he has not stopped fishing, so
he
knows what's going on.
No, and of course we're talking about John Berry. Good morning, John.
Good morning. How are y'all doing?
All right, and with John and his late brother Dan, the Berry Brothers Guide Service for so many years, taught so many people how to fly fish. I know I flunked school twice.
I flunked out, and they won't accept me anymore.
No, Dan said, "You're out of here."
Yeah.
I mean, I can remember that. Maybe they weren't that exact words, but they were close. In between cigars and everything. But John still puts out a great fishing report online. He's also teaching. He and his wife Lori are doing a lot of teaching. But
talk about that teaching.
Yeah,
John.
let's catch up on what's going on.
Okay, we got two avenues. One is we teach at Arkansas State Mountain Home.
Okay, what do you teach?
We teach fly fishing, and then we've added seminars on advanced casting.
Oh, let's us out, Ron.
Wow, that's way beyond me.
Yeah.
Increase your distance or accuracy or learn some special casts. Lori is the teacher.
Mm-hmm. And when do you do those? When are these are they available now? How do you?
They're available at ASU, and we do it twice a year.
Twice a year, okay. All right. So,
and then Lori has been doing private lessons.
Okay.
So she has these ladies, and she meets them, and they first she worked with them on casting, then she taught them knots, and now she's taking them fishing.
Ah, wow, and you're still doing this out of Cotter, right? I mean, you're still based.
Trout Capital USA.
Trout Capital USA is Cotter, Arkansas. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
And the fishing report. John does he and Laura do a great job on that. I know we posted on LarryRay.com as soon as he gets it. I know one came in Thursday, and we've sent it right on to Guy Trebo to people on LarryRay.com amongst our fishing reports. But not only does he do fishing reports, but John has this touch that I like from the journalistics aspect. He usually has something at the bottom of the fishing report that kind of shows his personality. And I really like this recent one, John, about fishing in cold weather.
Right.
You offered a lot of tips. You got out and it was 27 degrees. You had your hands were cold, all that stuff. So tell our listeners a little bit about that, because I think you had some great tips in there.
Okay. Well, the first thing is dressed in layers.
Layers, okay.
All right. So next to your skin, you want something to keep you dry. No cotton.
No cotton.
Or wool. Yeah. Cotton, we wear cotton in the summer because when it gets wet, it evaporates, it cools us.
Yes.
You don't want that going on when it's 27.
No, you don't.
So you want wool. Remember, in the Army, they give you wool long handles. There's a reason.
Yeah.
And also polypropylene, which is will wick moisture away from your skin.
Mm-hmm.
Wool will keep 60% of its warming abilities when wet.
So
second layer, insulation. This is where you get into wool and fleece, stuff like that will insulate your body.
Okay.
Just do as many layers as you need. And then finally, on the outside, you have a wind shell.
Okay.
Some sort of way to break the wind, keep it off of you.
Yeah.
Rain jacket, great use.
Gore-Tex you're coming up to. I mean,
Gore-Tex is the gold standard unless you can afford wax cotton.
Cool. Duck hunters do that, yes.
Duck hunters do that. King Charles wears barber. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean, yeah. Because you deal with all types of weather, and I know as me as a deer hunter, I layer. I love to layer because I can take it off if I don't. But now we have hand warmers. I have a heated jacket now. I don't mind telling people, I got a heated jacket. I got feet insoles to keep my feet warm. I really like the way Lori wears 2 pairs of heavy socks, which means you got to get a little bit bigger shoe.
Right. She gets her boots big enough to accommodate her waders, her long handles, and 2 pair of heavy socks.
I haven't thought about that. Yeah.
So when you're buying your boots, you do the same thing with your rain jacket.
Yeah.
When you buy your rain jacket, you don't go in there wearing a T-shirt and get it tight.
No, you don't. No.
When you buy a rain jacket, you get it a size larger so that when you put on your down jacket, it go right over it and zip it up.
And so the water temperature, it was 27 degrees that day you were going out, and you got the boat out and everything else, pulled your Suburban, parked it, all that, things like that. What's the water temperature about now at this time of year?
The water temperature on these rivers is constant. Summer, fall, winter, spring.
Same temperature.
Degrees.
What is it? How much is it?
57 degrees.
So hypothermia can set in a hurry if you're not prepared, right?
That's right.
Yeah, absolutely. But let me tell you another secret.
What?
If you're out there wading, the water's warmer than the air.
Yes,
that's
is.
right.
That's true.
I have been so cold that I waded deeper to get warmer.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because the water temperature is 45 degrees, mid-40s,
and the
and your outside temperature is a lot cooler.
Yeah.
So, if the water's 57 and the air is 27, that's 30 degrees.
Yeah. And you also talked about I hunt with fingerless gloves that have a flop on it where I can put my fingers in there and then take them back out. There's so many things now, John, that we didn't have, and Ron will agree with this. What we used to do, I don't know how we survived fishing and hunting back in my early days compared to what we have now. You know what I'm talking about?
I remember camping in 16 inches of snow as a kid.
Yeah.
I've been around. Now, there's a new thing out. You probably got it. Electric hand warmers.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Well, man, that's the coolest thing I ever had because I was using those chemical ones, and I found the electric. And I had a client, and he was freezing. His hands were freezing.
Yeah.
He was playing with those, pack crystals. I said, here, try that. And he burned his hand.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That thing would get hot.
It can get hot, yes. And
I usually just think it's got 3 settings. I got it on the middle.
Well, like I'm saying, you can go now to any of our big box stores or wherever it might be, and there's so many cold weather things out there now. But I think the most important thing, and Ron agrees with me on this, is layers.
Yeah.
And if you're fishing, you're in water. You're close to, that temperature can fluctuate so much. And then now the rain gear is so much better. Our good friends at Frog Togs that I talk about a lot, they used to come up. They started the trend of apparel, but now, you don't have to spend a whole lot of money. But anyway,
rain pants are as important as rain jackets.
They are.
Absolutely.
They are. Yes.
And bibs are way ahead of it.
Bibs are way ahead of protection of your head.
Yep. Hey, John, I know that you're still fishing a lot. Tell our listeners how the fish are biting there now in the White River and what's some of the best ways to catch them, not only for the fly fishermen, also for the spinning fishermen.
Well, see, I'm not smart enough to know all that.
Yeah, you are.
I just know fly fishing, but I'll give you a couple of hints. One is the water is on the bottom.
Okay.
Let me say that again.
Yeah.
The water is on the bottom.
Okay.
There, you can wade anything we got right now every day.
Mm-hmm.
Really? Okay. All right.
In fact, it's so low that we're having trouble getting our boats around, and we're opting to wade because it's easier. I'm talking about the other day, they had it off for like 48 hours.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
I mean, that means it was bad low.
It was bad low. Yeah.
It was lower than a snake's belly in a wagon rut. And I was out in the river and I saw rocks I hadn't seen in years.
Uh-huh.
What is that? Is that because of the drought, or what is that? What's going on?
Well, we just hadn't gotten any rain. The lakes are all below flood pool. They're all into power pool. If you come up here and fish the lakes, they are low.
Table Rock, Norfolk, all of them up there are
Bull Shoals.
Bull Shoals are all doing this, and of course, I know now, if I'm not mistaken, we're in the Bull Shoals Dam is closed, isn't it, through to the end of January for protect the brown trout spawn. That's
right. The catch and release section below Bull Shoals Dam is closed from November 1 through January 31.
Okay.
February 1 is opening day, and that's when you don't have to bring a boat because you can cross the river just by stepping from boat to boat.
From boat to boat,
right.
and
That's right.
everything like that. And I will know that you also said that during this time, Dry Run Creek is still going. Now that when school's out, you can get there during the week. The Spring River's fishable. A lot of our folks go to the Spring River for some of those type things. But I like one thing you told me in this last fishing report, and we'll let you go, is something as simple as a fly change can make a big difference. And you went from something to what Lori was using, and you something called the blob. And I said, "Well, that sounds like something I would love to have named the blob." So that's my kind of fishing. That's my kind of fishing lure. I don't know what color the blob comes in.
Right.
Well, if you think about a fly that would look like a glittery piece of power.
Is that what it looks like? Okay. I've Googled the blob. I wanted
power bait not be good.
Well, we appreciate it, man. So now, if folks want to read your fishing report, I mean, they can go to LarryRay.com. I know that I've got it there, but just check it out. Keep up with it, because every time he posts, you try to do one, every 2 weeks or so? Or are you trying?
No, I do one every week.
Every week.
I write an article. The article I send in at the bottom of the report is my newspaper column I publish up here.
And you're being in what paper are you in up there now?
The Baxter Bulletin.
The Baxter Bulletin out of Mountain Home. Great paper.
And it's called Fly Fishing for Trout.
Well, if anybody can't do it, it's John Berry. We appreciate you, brother. Thank you for being with us. Always good to talk to you. Stay warm, stay dry, and catch a big one, okay?
Merry Christmas to you and Laurie.
Yeah, Merry Christmas to you.
Thank you so much.
All
Same
right.
to you.
Talk to you later. All right. John Berry. All right, let's take a break on Outdoors with Larry Ray and switch gears now. It's Hunters for the Hungry program coming up.
And I'm hungry.
Oh, you're already hungry. Yeah, we'll be right back.